Chapter 15 Mitsuki point of view. The next morning, we decided to let Naruto sleep in because he was exhausted from training too hard while we went ahead to the bridge. When we arrived, we saw unconscious bodies just laying on the bridge, on the edge, laying on the bridge. I was immediately on edge. My eyes scanning the area for enemies. What's this? What's happening? Tazuma yelled angrily. A thick mist started to surround us, causing us to step closer to each other, and Tatuna. Sasuke, Mizuki, he's coming, Kakashi said slowly. I just clenched my jaws and let my hands hover over the hills of my sword. War turned perceptibly in front of Tazuma. Sorry to keep you waiting, Kakashi. And you were still carrying those kids. His tracking again. How pitiful. Zabuza voice surrounded eerily. I also noticed a few water clones apart. I glanced at Sasuke, and I saw that he was indeed shaking. But he smirked in my resume angrily, and I gave a smirk back to him. I shake with excitement, he said as he grabbed the kunai. Go for it, Sasuke, Kakashi said. Sasuke fiercely got rid of a water clone. He can defeat the water clones? That kid got stronger. A rival had prepared for you, Haku. The fake Conan slowly emerged from the mist and stood Master Zabuza. Yo, Tom, I never even got that cannon. He couldn't even do that cannon. So how did Sasuke end up able to go head to hand with a water clone to Zabuza? That's kind of weird. I still never got that cannon. Back to the story. I'll fight him. He pulled that stupid act on us. I hate connecting guys like that. Sasuke said trying to be cool. Keyword trying. As he soon said that, Haku started coming towards him quite fast, but Sasuke managed to stop him. He's faster than that dart. Mizuki, stick with Sazun. And don't get too far away from me, Kakashi ordered me. Great. I get the fun part. Not. But I still decided to obey and stood in front of Sazuna while I was watching the fight between Sasuke and Haku. They were talking about something, but I couldn't hear what. I suddenly noticed Haku making hand signs with only one hand. Damn, I didn't know that was a thing. I needed to learn that. Flying waters, 1,000 kills. Water started falling around them and then turned into densely noodles. Definitely noodles when they came down. Sasuke jumped out of reach and started throwing shurikens at Haku. And then he appeared behind his back and he then somehow managed to kick him backwards. You can't make fun of our teams just because we have children. Sasuke is the village of Konoha's top rookie. Naruto is the only one who likes to show off, and his number is one. Is surprising people. He, the knucklehead ninja, and lastly Mitsuki, one of the smartest kids of Konoha and master of Kenjutsu, Kakashi said. I feel flattered. Haku, you understand that? You be defeated like this? Zabuza started laughing creepily. Haku started riding off a large amount of chakra, and his temperature dropped noticeably as he started making hand signs. Large ice mirrors appeared all around Sasuke. Haku then stepped into one of the mirrors. I narrowed my eyes at the concept. Shit, this is bad. Kakashi rushed towards them, but he got cut off by Zabuza. I soon heard screams coming from inside the ice dome. I looked at Tazuna, asking the unspoken question. He nodded and motioned me to go help the others. I gave him a grateful smile as I sped off towards the dome. When I entered, it saw bloody and beaten up Sasuke, barely able to stand. I unsheathed my sword, ready myself for the attack, but the Turk hit Haku straight in the face. So he, he's here. Uzumaki Naruto is here. Naruto Uzumaki is here. I facepalmed myself. That idiot. This could have been a perfect opportunity for a surprise attack. Now that I am, everything is going to be just fine. The main character of the story usually appear like this and defeats the enemy in a flash. Sasuke and I straight dropped. As Naruto tried to do the shadow clone jutsu, four shuriken came flying towards him. I quickly discarded them before they could hit their target. Kakashi then reprimanded Naruto about distraction and stuff causing Naruto to get the threats. And I straight dropped. Soon Haku tried to throw needles at us again. I could manage flare fairly well on my own, but since I had to cover a bit for Sasuke, I got hit too. I didn't like that idea. If we attack from inside and Naruto from the outside, we could break the mirrors. While I was in the middle of thinking out my plan, Naruto popped up next to us. Yo, can I help you? I almost creaked. I forgot about the fact that he stopped his sharpest and the tool in the shed. Sasuke, who appeared, had the same plan as me, then started arguing with the edict. Cause this isn't really the time to argue. I'd rather deflecting as many meetings as I could. Sasuke tried a jutsu to melt the mirrors, but it didn't work. As soon as we were back to being attacked by needles, but since I had to cover Naruto too, I got hit more often. Soon I got a new plan. I quickly whispered it to Sasuke. He nodded at me. The next time Naruto attacked with the Shadow Clones, Sasuke threw a fireball at Haku. Haku barely dodged it, but he couldn't completely dodge the ball of lightning I threw at him next. I smirked what I saw burn a bit of his leg. I burned a bit of his leg. We tried again, but it didn't work, and we was all getting exhausted. Shit, if only I could use magic. But the Okage forbade me to. A new array of noodles that all drew us down. Movements was getting less pricey. Sasuke and I got up again, but Naruto stayed down. Haku then threw some noodles to Naruto, and Sasuke quickly moved him away. When I looked at Sasuke again, my eyes went his eyes such blood red with one black coma. He got a Sharingan, and new waves of needles hit us, and we jumped in front of Naruto to protect him, and they hit this time. Why did you do that? Naruto yelled with tears in his eyes. Who knows? My body moves on its own account, idiot, Sasuke sputtered before he collapsed. I barely caught him. I let him floating on the ground. That man. I didn't want to die until I killed my brother. You guys don't die. That's the last thing he said to us before he blacked out a bit before the feeling of sadness. He's a ninja worthy of respect. He died in battle. This is the path of a ninja, Haku said, with a hint of sadness in his voice. Shut up. I hate you too. You will pay. I will kill you. An enormous amount of red chocolate appeared around Naruto. His nails grew. His eyes turned red. Wait, what is this? Is this Ninetales? The aura that came from Naruto was piercing madness. I trembled slightly in fear. This wasn't Naruto. Naruto jumped and hit Haku straight in his face. He's fast. He sped towards Haku again, but stopped before his foot could connect with his face. I looked to myself, left, and I saw Kakashi was having some trouble fighting. So I ran towards him swiftly, kicking Zabuza to the side as he was about to hit Kakashi. Mizuki, what are you doing here? This is too dangerous, he said. Don't worry about me. I managed, I replied. The mist then night thicker. I couldn't even see Kakashi anymore, who was standing next to me. I gritted my teeth and reeled my sword in a defensive stance. I closed my eyes and focused on sounds. We just stood there for a few seconds. I saw I heard this slightest sound coming towards me. I immediately raised my sword to block Zabuza's incoming attack. Oh, this one isn't half bad either. She could block my attack, but too bad she's not strong enough. Zabuza then used his strength. It drew me back into a pole. He continued attacking Kakashi and apparently forgot about me. As soon as I saw the chance, I shot back into battle and nickly cut Zabuza's arm, rendering it useless before backflipping back to Kakashi. You damn brat. You will pay for that, Zabuza growled angrily. Say Mizuki. Do you get that Jitsu just now? Kakashi asked. Somewhat, for the most part. Why? I replied confusedly. Because I have a plan and I need your help. He then proceeded to whisper the plan to me. We nodded at each other, and Kakashi grew some kicks to Zabuza. I then drew a kunai. Zabuza jumped out of the way, and Kakashi shot forward with a big wall of lightning to catch Zabuza as I did my hand signs, lightning dragging. I yelled as I completed the signs, a huge illusion, dragon pot parody, and tried towards Zabuza. He barely countered it with his own jutsu. Kakashi summoned his ninja dogs to tear him down. It's over, Zabuza. Kakashi performed some hand signs of himself. Shidori. His hand charged with visible lightning chakra as he ran away his hand to trash arts towards Zabuza before he could kill him. Haku jumped before him and got pierced with the lightning. My eyes winkled in shock. So, so that kid, so that kid was useful one last time. Zabuza said, not the least bit affected by what just happened. Ah, the demon mist. A small man with a bunch of henchmen emerged from the fading mist. Gato, why are you here? And what Gerardo Zabuza spat out. We had to change your plans. You're going to die here, Zabuza. If you ninja have just killed each other, it would have saved me a lot of money, and you call yourself the demon of the village hidden in your midst. You're just a cute kitten, if you ask me. He then kicked Haku. I don't see what's cute about a ninja with a huge sword and blood all over him. But that's probably me. Kakashi, I'm sorry, but the battle ends here. Since I don't work for Gato anymore, I don't have a reason to fight you anymore. Kid, give me your kunai. I gave my kunai, and Zabuza caught it with his teeth. He then proceeded to kill his way towards Gato, getting up multiple times before he finally killing him, ultimately collapsing. You might have killed our boss, but you still has to hit the rest of us. Shit, I totally forgot about that stubbornness. And I don't have much rock left. They turned so stressful. The village came armed with all kinds of stuff. Naruto, Kakashi, and I made them some shadow clones. But luckily, it scared the edge ran off. A small moment of joy was cut short as we were reminded Zabuza was still dying. Kakashi carried Zabuza to Aku, and they lifeless like that. Excuse me, but I'm sorry to tell you this, but Sasuke cut off, couldn't mention the motionless body of Sasuke. We quickly ran over there, and Kakashi kneeled down next to him. Kakashi quickly examined him. I'm sorry, but I don't have the skills to heal him. He's dying. I closed my eyes, I pushed back my tears, and balled my fist. No, I can't save him. I knelt next to him. I pushed Kakashi to the side as I put my hands on his chest. I took a deep breath. I reached into my magic sword. I felt the warm feeling of magic go through my hands into Sasuke's body, effectively healing it. After a few minutes, he slowly opened his eyes. He whispered before I passed out from exhaustion. Sasuke's point of view. I felt cold and pain. Everything around me was dark until I suddenly felt some sort of warmth flowing into me. I could see sparks of lightning, darkness, hurrying towards it. I opened my eyes. I saw Mizuki sitting next to me, her hands on my chest. Her long right hair was falling around her. She looked ethereal. Mizuki, I reached the saucer. She opened her eyes. Out of his hair, I saw a hint of blue before her eyes turned back to this normal shade of green. She smiled at me before passing out. I quickly got her. What were those blue eyes? Yo, time out. If Mizuki came from a fairy tale world, how she got softer? I just realized that massive plot point. That was a big plot point. She should not have any sort of chakra whatsoever. Chapter 16, Mizuki point of view. The next morning, we had to leave the village. The village decided to name the bridge after Naruto. Their far away, Sasuke kept giving me sideways glances, thinking I wouldn't notice. He has been giving me these secret looks ever since I woke up after my dramatic fading at the bridge. It quite frankly was unnerving me. We we were kind of cried on the way back. I guess we were tired. When we finally reached Konoha, Kakashi told us to meet up at Sun Bridge the next day, and we parted ways. I walked to the small of pancakes, and following my nose to the kitchen table, I walked into the kitchen. I saw Kakashi standing there without mask. I blushed slightly at the sight. I couldn't deny he was tenser and sat down across him. When he noticed me, he quickly went to grab his mask. Why don't you let people see your face? It's not like you're terrible or ugly, I asked carelessly. Underestimated, seriously, underestimate of the year. He fumbled a bit with his hands. It's just in the past when I was in similar situations, as Sasuke is now, with the fangirls and stuff. I'm nodding understanding and concealing eating. Say, weren't we supposed to be at the bridge 2 hours ago? Kakashi smiled evilly at me and said, Indeed we were, but training for them. But it's training for them. I looked at him weirdly and He elaborated. Patience is something they like greatly. Well then, let's go. He grabbed my shoulder and poofed us to the bridge. You're late, Naruto yelled, pointing us. Well, it's a long story. Sorry, I chuckled. We were rocking her, but we came across an old lady who had dropped all her groceries, so we obviously had to help the old lady with her groceries. Yes, and never that we had to help her cross the street, get, in, get into the bakery, and get a cake for her son's birthday. Kakashi interjected. Naruto, Naruto and Sasuke gave us incurious looks. Why is that, Mitsuki? Why is that, Mitsuki? Come together with you, Sasuke asked, leaning against the side of the bridge. Oh, I left him. You didn't know? I told them. They all looked at me with their jaws open. I guess they didn't know. What? The next thing I knew, Sasuke and Naruto glaring at each other. I sighed, boys. Our mission was to walk some dogs. I challenged I who's the smallest and cutest dogs. Naruto, however, decided to prove his superiority by picking the biggest dog. In the end, Naruto wasn't walking the dog, but the dog was walking Naruto. But that's all though. Is that dog built or sharper or something? Like for real, you was a ninja. How's that dog walking you? You got super strength. I don't even know. This is not a good story, but I guess it's just me being confused. Like how at our next mission, Naruto's trying to show off his great skills as a gardener. Managed not only to pull all the weeds out of a small cute garden, but he also pulled out the actual plants. Needless to say, the owner wasn't happy with his now empty garden. That afternoon, I was a bit bored wandering around the village aimlessly, trying to view a game of the floor is lava. I only dropped on the roof, so I suddenly came across Naruto turning that so small kid being held up by his rope by some weird looking ninja. The ninja had purple face paint over a black suit with cat ears and a big rat packet on his back. Next to him was a girl with a purple dress and a big fan on her back. They were both sand ninja. I observed a little and see the cat ninja threw a punching a little kid. I softly flashed in front of him. I caught his punch effortlessly with my own hands. Urge of devious trading, devilish training sure paid off. Immediately after that small pebble hit, the hand I was holding the boy where he dropped the kid. I grabbed the kid and dropped back to Naruto. I looked up and saw Sasuke sitting in the tree, holding on, holding another pebble in his hands. What do you think you're doing in another village? He he charted. He's trying to appear cool. I saw the green car already tuning. I suddenly got this weird feeling that someone else was watching. I looked around before for a bit before I noticed. Made eye contact with a red-haired boy with a big run on his back, big grout on his back. But he was most noticeable about him were his eyes. There was a shade of seafoam green, but they were cold and emotionless. As he saw me look in his eyes, wondering slightly, but then slowly returned to normal. But behind the coldness, I could see a hint of loneliness in his eyes. Like mine used to be, I would still love for my father. Hey kid, I hate kids like you who think they're so clever. The cat guy reached behind his back and tried to unwrap his package. Hey, you're going to use cultural? The girl said, seemingly slightly alarmed. Before anything could happen, the red haired boy stopped something. Conqueror, stop. You're a disgrace to our village. Why do you think we came here all the way here to Corner Hall? Hodge, listen, Gara, these guys shouted. Conqueror mobile, seemingly scared of Gara. Shut up. I'll kill you. I ain't gonna lie, Gar was kind of in the right here. This man Konkuro literally flipped, came to a whole new village trying to start some beef, and he was like, and he thought he was gonna get away with it. Gar was in the right. He probably saved Konkuro's life. Because he was about to get drunk by every Anbu hiding that point. He was about to get drunk by Sasuke, Naruto, every Anbu, Sakura, everybody. He was about to get drunk by everybody in the village. My eyes was at fault. My eyes was at fault. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Konkuro, sorry, the boy. Excuse them, you guys. He suddenly said, and a pair of nets to understand ninja. Let's go. You didn't come here to fool around. Wait a second. Why are you in our village? Naruto started angrily, practicing some weird poses. You don't know anything. We have a traffic pass. You probably get you. We're getting to the village, hitting the sand from the country if you win. We came here to ensure to take the journey exams. The girl spoke. What's that? Naruto asked simply. Naruto, you can't you can't advance from gaining to joining if you pass the exam. You can't. The little kid accepted him. Really? Then I must take it too. He got all excited. Hey, you three. You there, what's your name? Sasuke asked. The girls turned around blushing. Me? No. The one next to the girl growled. Wait, hey, pause. Wait. Whatever her name was, the sand girl, she never showed inset. She she never I don't know, that's a fish the fanfic. No, the one next to you with your girl you rejected. Gara of the desert. I'm also interested in you and that girl. What's your name? Gara? Gara? It's Shiha, Sasuke or Shiha. It's Shiha Sasuke. Sasuke, Shiha. He turned, moves me while I crash and look. My name is Mizuki. Nice to meet you. I nodded politely at him, and he nodded at me as he was acknowledging me. They then turned around and left. This ought to be interesting. The next day, we met up at the bridge, and Kakashi gave us featuring a packed application of the journey exams. We all took one last to train individually prepare for the upcoming journey exams. And a chapter 16. Alright, bro, this is about to get heat up. Your journey exams getting in. But see y'all in the next video. As always, the link to the original stories down below.